A very good afternoon to you all. Would you like to please just take your seats so we can begin with the official welcoming the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, as we will shortly begin the official proceedings for the merit ceremony for 2021, I do have a couple of housekeeping points to go through with you before we start. Firstly, in the unlikely event that we would need to evacuate the area, please follow the instructions from the designated safety wardens and event staff who you can see in the proximity tonight. If you do have a mobile phone with you, could you please make sure it's turned to silent now? And finally, if you do need toilets during or after the ceremony, they're located behind this tent to your left. With regards to photos, an official photograph will be taken of each merit recipient on stage. The details of how to access these photos are in the back of your booklet. And of course, there will be plenty of opportunity to take photos after the presentations around the beautiful gardens here at Government House. And finally, this event is being live streamed from the website address, if you've got a good memory, www.sace.sa.edu.au/merit live, and that'll get you in. And a recording of this tonight's proceedings will be also available on the website at the Sace board later this week. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you all to please stand to await the arrival and welcome of the official party. Please be seated. I now invite Uncle Mickey Kamapti O'Brien, Senior Aboriginal Man of the Kaurna people, for a welcome to country.
Twila Maniputnik, Twila Wakinapatnik, Nina Mani. Nechaya. So, Naigana Beko Bunkalunkla, but Wachunga Gana Minam. Miganara Mani Putaji, Nainari Kamatpi Merita, Nai Wangadi Mani the Budnigan Yatana. Indiata Government House, Sace, cool. So welcome to the lands of the Kaurna people, and welcome to this place of Tanandunga being Adelaide, being the dreaming place of the big red kangaroo, and where we're also aligned with Gardi Yada being the emu place at North Adelaide. But when we come to a place that is saying, are you well? And as we know in this important times, wellness is very important because we didn't bring sickness upon people. And but it also says, where have we been and what have we been doing? Because our face tells us where we've been, but our heart tells us where to go, and that's very important. And when you come to a place that's saying that you are the important person, our people have been welcoming people for thousands of years. We have no word for goodbye because we never say goodbye. We always say see you later, whether that be the physical or the spiritual. And so therefore the land itself will look after you if you look after it. And today we call upon the spirit people of our ancestors to bring goodness upon you, to send away that sadness that sometimes lingers upon us. But when we also do these things, it's about what we share. And that's really important as well. And so today I want to share a little bit of a story with you. A story of the Wadna. Now the Wadna is our name for the stick, but it also is the name for the boomerang. And when we understand that if we threw a stick, obviously it won't come back. But when we look at the boomerang, it does come back. It is, in our culture, a continuous thing. It does a loop or a circle of life. And when we talk about education, it is like that. To understand the boomerang, you must witness one. You then must be shown how to throw one. Then you must make one. And then you must master it before you can teach someone. These wonderful people receiving these awards today have obviously witnessed, they've actually taken that opportunity to improve their education, and therefore hopefully will take that next step to master and to teach others. And so therefore it is like a boomerang, which is continuous, because learning is something that we continue to do, because no one person holds all the knowledge and wisdom of the world. It is shared. And when we understand those things, we can search the world, we can obviously share with the world, and we can also receive from the world. And so I suppose to symbolise that, I won't throw a real boomerang, probably because I might injure somebody, but I've made a symbol of one, and hopefully it will come back. Oh, not quite. But when we understand how our people have understood and watched and seen the University of the Land itself teach them, we want to share our knowledge and wisdom with you as well. And this is an opportunity, and I thank the Sace board for allowing me to be up here to welcome you to speak on behalf of our people as an ambassador of the Kaurna people, and to do that as the impatient one. But I also leave you these words, my unjaga, nachi yukandaya, nachi yakandaya, padnya do, which is saying we are brothers and sisters. Let us observe, sit and listen to the land. When we do that, realise that culture do bring us together and never separates us. And that, like I said, never say goodbye, always say see you later. So, nakara, nei chaya. Please enjoy this wonderful occasion and in the presence of these wonderful students and also these wonderful people behind me as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Mickey. I would like to now introduce the Chief Executive of the Sace Board, Professor Martin Westwell.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Uncle Mickey. Mickey, you're such an influential and important person in our community, and really do thank you for your welcome today. Your Excellency, the Honourable Hugh Van Ley, Governor of South Australia, and Mrs Lanley, the Honourable Stephen Marshall MP, Premier of South Australia, and the Honourable John Gardner MP, Minister for Education. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of course, to the Merit Ceremony of 2021. I'm just looking out at you, and the Merit Ceremony is so different today. People who've been to the merit ceremony before will know that it's usually a knee-scrunching experience, and today we've got plenty of room and we're all spread out to make sure that we've got a COVID-safe event. We've had to adapt to some of the challenges that have been presented to us, and of course that's really been the theme of the last year, adapting to those challenges. The merit ceremony today wouldn't have gone ahead if it weren't for our community's collective response to COVID-19. Our schools, our students, our political and civil leaders have all ensured today that we're in a position that we're the envy of the world. In our schools, the message has been clear throughout 2020. Continue with the learning. It's the learning that's valuable. And today we celebrate your successes in that learning. This is a celebration as much of your successes as it is of South Australia's community spirit and the resilience and tenacity that characterises the class of 2020. Despite all the challenges that you've faced, you've done it. You've stirred down those challenges that the global pandemic brought, and you've succeeded. This is your special evening. Please do enjoy it. I'd like to invite Ms. Jane Danvers, the presiding member of the Sace board, to address us. Please welcome Ms. Danvers.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Honourable Hugh Van Lang, Governor of South Australia, and Mrs. Lay, the Premier of South Australia, the Honourable Stephen Marshall MP, the Honourable John Gardner MP, Minister for Education, leaders and principals from our school and from all the three schooling sectors, and all our distinguished guests. And as Martin said, most importantly, the young people who are sitting here tonight, this evening, with their families and with their friends. I welcome all of you to the Sace Merit Ceremony to celebrate the outstanding achievements of the class of 2020. This event is made possible through the generosity of His Excellency, the Governor of South Australia, who has once again welcomed us into the grounds of Government House this evening. I sincerely thank His Excellency and Mrs. Van Lay for continuing the 33-year tradition of Sace Merit Ceremonies taking place on these grounds, and once again for agreeing to officiate at this event. As the presiding member of the Sace Board of South Australia, I am so proud to be associated with this tradition, and particularly to see it continue today. In each of these events, 33 years, young people have emerged from the gates of our Government House along a path to become our state's leading lights. And you, the class of 2020, have achieved something extremely special, a world-class qualification that will support you to thrive in the world. And you did so in a year that was characterised by challenge and uncertainty. Supported by teachers, your families and your community, you have all proved that you were resilient and determined. And tonight we come together to celebrate these young people's accomplishments with communal pride, because we all know that if young South Australians are successful, then our state, South Australia, will be successful. Because we know that the SACE graduates gathered here today are pivotal in the future economic and cultural growth of our state. The SACE has prepared them to play their part. It's a qualification we are very proud of because it is a qualification for everyone. Every student can succeed in whatever pathway they choose, whether that's an academic pathway, a vocational education and training pathway, or a combination of both. This evening's ceremony program recognises student academic achievement across a range of disciplines. And the program reflects the breadth of study available in the SACE, which in turn reflects the diversity of interests and aspirations of our young people. This celebration of excellence would not be possible without the assistance of many people and organisations that enthusiastically support education in this state. We are honoured that a number of distinguished guest presenters have accepted our invitation to present merit certificates during the next couple of days. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce them to you. Kylie Neagle, who is the Art Gallery of South Australia's Education Officer, supporting young people to access art. She is the author of the award-winning Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Art in the Classroom publication. Sam Ackland, the award-winning founder and manager, director of cleaning business Build Clean in South Australia. Dr. Andrew Cunningham, a lecturer in Agile methodology at UniSA, who is passionate about understanding how people interact with computers and devices. Jessica Allen, a poet, critic and broadcaster who is the director of Writers SA, the peak organisation for writing and literature in South Australia. Emma McCaskill, a leading Australian chef who has worked in restaurants across the world and is business development coordinator at Adelaide Institute of Hospitality. Vesna Drapak, an associate professor and author of history at Adelaide University. Darren Lovett, the space director at the South Australian Space Industry Centre, who is helping to build a sustainable space industry in South Australia. Dr. Hannah Wardle, the award-winning founder of the Supportive Oncology Research Group. And Dr. Maria Parapilli, one of Australia's top physics educators at Flinders University, who is recognised internationally for her pioneering teaching methods that promote student-centred learning and teaching. All of these distinguished guest speakers will be here to present merit certificates to students across the range of subject areas that have been so widely pursued this year, and we're very grateful that they have agreed to participate. I would also like to thank our sponsors for their ongoing support of this celebration: the Adelaide City Council, Nippy's Fruit Juices, Santos Limited, AVO Hire and Festival Hire. And a very special thanks to Brighton Secondary School's full ensemble, whose students have so kindly provided the musical backdrop to our celebration. I would also like to thank all of those who contributed to the organisation of the Sace Merit Ceremony. We were determined that this would go ahead, and we are so grateful that they have worked so hard to adapt and respond to the current circumstances. The staff of Government House, my colleagues from the SACE Board, and all who are assisting us this evening. I hope you all have a really memorable evening. This is one of those moments in your life that you will look back on and will take with you in all your future endeavours. We are incredibly proud of you, and we hope that you are proud of yourselves. I'm now honoured to invite His Excellency, the Honourable Hugh Van Lay, Governor of South Australia, to speak to us and to present the Governor of South Australia commendations. Please welcome His Excellency.
Well, good evening all. It's so wonderful to have you all here this evening. Let me start by acknowledging our Premier, the Honourable Stephen Marshall, the Honourable John Gardner, Minister for Education, Mr. Blair Boyer, Shadow Minister for Education, and representing the Leader of the Opposition, other parliamentary representative, Ms. Jane Danvers, the presiding member, and all the members of the Board of SACE. Outstanding students are here with us this evening, the parents, principals, teachers, representatives of our university, all other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we're gathering here this evening, the Kaurna people, and we respect their spiritual relationship with the country. And I thank Uncle Mick O'Brien for his gracious welcome to the country. My wife, Lan, and I welcome you all to Government House this evening, and a very warm welcome to those who have travelled far to be here this evening. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, I'm absolutely delighted that we still have the opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate our outstanding students' achievements in the company of their families and the people who have supported them during the years. To the class of 2020, congratulations. Without any question, the pandemic made a big impact to your studies and presented you with many, many challenges. While we were fortunate enough to avoid the long-term system-wide school closures experienced in many, many other states, we still have to observe some of the necessary disruptions and restrictions. There were some curriculum changes, a short period of pupil-free days at the end of term 1 enabled schools to prepare for a lockdown. A number of schools were forced to close temporarily and move to home-based and online learning for a few weeks. Schools in Barossa experienced a more sustained closure, and there was necessary restriction on some activities such as sports, concerts, and many other events that are part of the school life. And yet, across the board, the whole school community, students, teachers, staff, principals, and parents demonstrated great innovation, nimbleness, and flexibility to ensure a continuation of delivery, the best possible education outcome to all students. Positive attitudes and commitment saw you through. Well done to all. It is pleasing that a total of 15,119 students completed their Sace in 2020. And of these, over 1,000 students achieved nearly 1,300 subjects merit. I'm delighted to acknowledge the new records were set, in that 402 Aboriginal students and 323 students with an intellectual disability completed their Sace in 2020. The successful completion of Sace is both an achievement in itself and stepping stone to the next stage of life and learning to many students here today. But as Uncle O'Brien already mentioned earlier, learning will never stop. It is a lifelong undertaking, and it can come from so many places and from many people, not just from textbooks, Wikipedia, news channels, Facebook, or blogs on Instagram. You will never know when you will need to draw upon not only your formal studies, but also many, many other qualities an education brings. The value of teamwork, respect for the opinions of others, being open-minded and recognizing that there can be several ways to achieve goals. As I look across, I see all of you with exciting futures. You are the future leaders of our community, our nation, and indeed, our world. Each of you will be in a position to bring changes for the better to our society and help shape our nation's destiny. And as you go about your lives and take each big step, never forget to always value life and humanity. Live your lives with a purpose and with a passion, and treat others in a spirit of respect, fairness, and empathy. My own life experience has shown to me that we are indeed the navigator of our own journey and the master of our own destiny. Nobody else, but we, who are ultimately responsible for our decision, big or small, and that these decisions will determine where we go and how we get there in life. To always maintain a sense of wonder and curiosity, together with a deep desire to learn and to make change for the better, is a powerful way to move forward in life. I wish you all the very best for whatever endeavors you wish to pursue in the future. I acknowledge the enduring effort, patience, dedication, and unconditional love of all parents who have been supporting and nurturing our young people to reach to this point in their lives. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the teachers on their hard work and commitment to what is one of the society's most important professions, guiding and inspiring the future leaders of our nations and indeed of our world. I also offer my congratulations to all members of Sace Board and the CEO, Professor Martin Westwell, and staff for their hard work and their flexible approach in adjusting subjects where needed during a challenging year. This approach provides flexibility for teachers to use their professional judgment to modify of an assessment task if they needed to do so, while maintaining assessment standards. Thank you for your great effort. To all the students who are about to receive the awards, I offer my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We're going to take a moment just to set the stage here, and wanted to say we're going to try and avoid the awkward moment where we say, do we handshake or not do the handshake? So we won't be handshaking this evening, and for the Governor's Commendation winners, you'll still be receiving your certificate from the Governor. Your Excellency, I now have the pleasure in presenting the students who are the recipients of the Governor of South Australia commendations. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Grace Bennett. Grace was a student mentor who led by example. She mentored younger Aboriginal students through activities such as Welcome to Country, the Sace programme and NAIDOC Week. She also mentored younger students in PE classes and was a basketball coach and referee. Grace runs her own art business where she creates her own Aboriginal artwork, which is inspired by her ancestry and her connection to culture. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating Grace Bennett. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Gianni Bergman. Gianni achieved merits in psychology and English and a merit in general mathematics. Gianni raised over $11,000 as school captain of Ross Trevor with his prefect group for numerous charitable causes, and he raised an additional $5,000 when he bravely shaved his head as part of the world's greatest shave for leukemia, a cause close to his heart as his uncle had suffered from leukemia. Pre-COVID, Gianni was also capturing the memories and stories of Second World War survivors and global travellers at the Ality Aged Care Facility. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Gianni Bergman. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Philbert Christo. Philbert achieved a merit in Indonesia and continues in 2019. And he's been involved in a range of volunteering roles, including Blaze Aid, where he assisted with the recovery of bushfire-affected properties, and he worked in a local winery removing burnt vines, and with the Salvation Army, gift wrapping for donations. He volunteers with Southern Cross Care as a healthy ageing volunteer, working intensively with residents in the Memory Support Unit. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Philbert Christo. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Gabrielle Connolly. Gabrielle was the college mission captain who volunteered for a range of different initiatives. She's a vital member of the Young Christian Students Group, which helps the poor and needy within her community. She led the college's Are You OK Day and Walk a Mile in My Boots initiative. Among the many voluntary roles in her community, Gabrielle plays piano at Perry Park Residential Care Home. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Gabrielle Connolly. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Catherine Dalton. Catherine used her leadership position as college captain to create short video bites to keep students linked into the remote community during the time COVID-19 affected the school. She put her family's health above her own, learning during COVID social distancing, which saw Catherine study at home for a period of time. Catherine also coordinated the Big Sister programme, mentoring younger students, Girl Up and the Vinnie Sleep Out. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Catherine Dalton. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Aidan Davies. Aidan is an accomplished musician who played a key role in writing parts of the original musical score for the Year 12 drama performance. He attended the Adelaide Fringe Festival as an artist, performing in Antipodean Postcards as part of Dr. Faust. He also created and edited his own backing tracks for performances using a range of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Aidan Davies. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Giovanni Elias. Giovanni achieved merits in biology, English, general mathematics, psychology, and the research project. Giovanni offered free online tutoring to students across Adelaide who were impacted by COVID-19, in addition to the regular tutoring he provided for students in years 7 to 12. He represented the First 11 soccer school team and also volunteered at an aged care home. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Giovanni Elias. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Silas Hansch-Meyer. Silas achieved merits in physics, integrated learning and biology, and also in mathematical methods and chemistry. Silas produced and edited the student magazine, hosted and produced the weekly online home group program, and a digital school news bulletin. He was captain of the senior debating team and winner of the Open A state debating title. He also represented Australia in the Bray Bean competition in South Korea, where he was placed 5th in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Silas Hansch-Meyer. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Sam Heathershaw. Sam was school captain whose outstanding literacy skills came to the fore during the COVID-19 lockdown. He developed, ran and co-collated a student survey about how students could be best supported to learn from home and in school. The findings provided invaluable information for school leaders. Sam is passionate about music and participated in the school's stage band, string and wind ensembles, as well as the Mount Gambier Generations in Jazz programme. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Sam Heathershaw. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Trent Heaver. Trent achieved merits in physics, chemistry and biology, and in mathematical methods. Trent was head prefect who played a key role in establishing and running an annual youth leadership conference with his local council. He advocated for the support of young people with presentations to the local Government Association of SA and Youth Affairs Council of SA and his local Rotary Club and various councils across South Australia. Trent received the City of Tea Tree Gully's 2020 Youth Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Trent Heaver. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Emily Hines. Emily achieved merits in research project and physics and also in English. Emily was an inspirational college leader who produced a series of videos during COVID restrictions, including chapel devotion presentations, promotion of the Summit to School Talent Quest, and promoting positive school culture in general. Emily was vice-captain of both the South Australian Under-19 female cricket team and the West Torrens District Cricket Club's women's first grade. She's also a lifeguard at Mount Barker's mountain swimming pool. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Emily Hines. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Kylie Ho. Kylie achieved merits in chemistry and in biology. She was involved in the Smith Family student-to-student reading buddy program, where she supported a disadvantaged primary school-age student to read twice a week for 18 weeks. The outcomes saw her buddy's reading gauge improve by more than 9 months. An accomplished public speaker, Kylie also volunteers with the St John's First Aid Cadet Programme, Unley Jets Football Club, and as a volleyball coach at Highgate Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Kylie Ho. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce William Hunter. Will achieved merits in creative arts and the research project. He was a student leader who was pivotal in developing events such as Bully No Way Day and Autism Awareness Day. He delivered the Anzac Day video speech that recognised the sacrifice of our fallen soldiers. Will was also the driving force behind the planned implementation of the Doctors on Campus school-based programme, which will enable students to access medical and mental health professionals on campus. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate William Hunter. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Constance Kilkenny-Jones. Connie was school captain who was a leader and a mentor of Student Voice and the Big Brother Sister programme, which specifically supports Year 8 students in their first year at high school. She was appointed to the Justice Law Committee within the YMCA Youth Parliament SA. Connie was also the recipient of the 2020 Adelaide Hills Council's Citizenship Award and the Australian Defence Force Long Tan Leadership and Teamwork Award 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Constance Kilkenny-Jones. Your Excellency, I am pleased to introduce Oliver Kleining. Oliver achieved merits in chemistry, English, legal studies, mathematical methods, specialist maths, and the research project. During Year 12, Oliver was house and debating captain who enjoyed coaching junior and beginner debaters. Inspired by his immigrant grandmother, Oliver started a social enterprise to reduce social isolation in the elderly by supplying iPads to this community and teaching them how to use the technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Oliver Kleining. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Ruby Liptak. Ruby achieved a merit in English Literary Studies and a merit in Research Project. She was school vice captain who developed weekly YouTube podcasts for students during the COVID lockdown. Ruby has been captain for both state and national teams in SA track and field events, volleyball, surf lifesaving, touch football, and netball contacts. She was the school netball umpire for grades 5 to 7 and a surf lifesaver, with being a volunteer lifeguard for Glenelg Surf Lifesaving Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Ruby Liptak. Your Excellency, I am pleased to introduce Greta Matthias. Greta has received a merit in mathematical methods and has demonstrated outstanding personal responsibility and social conscience through a range of leadership activities, through the arts, volunteering at school events, and participating in church activities. She was a valued member of the school's stage and concert band for the last 4 years. An accomplished sportswoman, Greta was the school's athletics age champion and played school Vista badminton, volleyball, and basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Greta Matthias. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Kate McKay. Kate received merits in the research project and legal studies and modern history. She was the college social justice captain who was heavily involved in music throughout her school career, playing both the viola and cello in state orchestras and the school orchestra. Kate has a substantial leadership role with St John Ambulance Cadets as an NCO corporal, volunteering with the cadets at events such as Tea Tree Gully BMX. Kate also completed extensive voluntary work at a special school. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Kate McKay. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Samuel Nitschke. Samuel received merits in mathematical methods and the research project. He's an excellent orator who has competed in school and statewide public speaking competitions. Samuel established a regular column in the Loxton News that promoted the school and prefect activities, and a Rotary Interact Club, which aims to make a difference to young people within his school and the wider Riverland communities. He also volunteers at the local Rotary Op Shop and is a sound and lighting technician at St Peter's Lutheran Church. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Samuel Nitschke. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Taylor Portelli. Taylor is an outstanding writer who won a published place on the Sace Spring Poetry Anthology. A confident and highly engaged public speaker, Taylor was a member of the YMCA's South Australia Youth Parliament and the SA Constitutional Convention. Taylor was a United Nations Youth Student Ambassador who acted as the school facilitator and promoter of UN events. In 2020, Taylor was amongst 10 South Australian students to receive the Order of Australia Student Citizenship Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Taylor Portelli. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Shrey Sinhal. Shrey achieved merits in physics, specialist math, mathematical methods, chemistry, the research project, and nutrition. Shrey is passionate about mathematics and has been involved in several maths competitions, such as the Australian Maths Olympiad and the AMOC Senior Contest. He has also held lunchtime maths tutoring sessions for younger students. Shrey has volunteered with the Salvation Army and also loves to play tennis, basketball, and the piano. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Shrey Sinhal. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Paras Stephanopoulos. Paras has merits in chemistry, mathematical methods, specialist maths, physics, and the research project. He's used his passion for computer science to start his own business that helps the elderly in computer repairs and malware removal. He also developed an online multiplayer game that has since been used in workplaces internationally. An outstanding student who has achieved numerous academic and Endeavour Excellence Awards, Paras balances the demands of his studies with working at Target and attending the gym daily. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Paras Stephanopoulos. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce David Sutton. David was a school leader who overcame the challenges of a heart condition to excel in his studies. An outstanding mathematician, David provided support to his peers during Year 12 and mathematics tutoring for younger students. He played basketball with Hoops for Life, an organisation that helps children from refugee and low socioeconomic backgrounds. In 2018, David represented Hoops for Life in a demonstration game for His Royal Highness, the Earl of Wessex. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate David Sutton. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Martina Theodorakakos. Martina has merits in modern history, economics, English literary studies, and the research project and geography. Martina was a school leader who helped her school community stay connected during the COVID-19 period, from learning from home by organising a series of Zoom meetings and activities. An avid public speaker, Martina has been involved in the choir, mooting, mock trials, debating and tournament of minds, and has also coached younger students with debating and tournament of minds. She's also a fundraiser for the Salvation Army and has volunteered with the White Ribbon Breakfast and in the Greek Orthodox community. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Martina Theodorakakos. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to introduce Olivia Walker. Olivia achieved merits in economics and English literary studies and the research project in biology. Olivia is an outstanding debater who earned 3- and 6-year braids for school debating, coached middle school debating teams, and was the debating captain in 2020. She was a member of the team that won the University of Adelaide's Law School mooting competition. A student council member, Olivia spearheaded a campaign to raise social awareness and funds for Welcoming Australia, an organisation supporting refugee families and those seeking asylum in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Olivia Walker. Your Excellency, Wesley Wheatra is our next commendation recipient. Wesley received merits in health and English, and Wes was an outstanding school leader and mentor to others. He was a key leader in the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander student group and supported younger Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students with their literacy and numeracy needs. Wes created his own school-based juice bar in aid of charity and was captain of the First 11 soccer team and created and managed the Cardine soccer programme. He created and managed the Cardine soccer programme social media account. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Wesley Wheatra. Your Excellency, it's now my pleasure to introduce Liana Walker. Liana is the recipient of the 2020 Governor of South Australia Commendation Aboriginal Student Sace Excellence Award. This significant award is presented to the Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander student who achieved the best overall performance in the Sace last year. Liana was a school leader and a role model to younger students. She experienced and overcame adversity due to suffering a severe ACL injury, which took away her ability to play sport. Liana received the Student of the Year award at her Sace graduation night and was dedicated to her netball team, the Metro Jets, until she was injured. Liana has also previously coached a team of younger children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Liana Walker. Your Excellency, it's now my great pleasure to introduce Siddharth Selvakumaran. Siddharth is the 2020 recipient of the Governor of South Australia Commendation Excellence in Modified Sace Award. Students studying modified subjects are able to achieve excellence in their Sace studies as they strive to achieve their individual learning goals. Sid has shown a real resilience during his Sace journey. In Year 10, he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. After a significant medical battle, he was placed in remission in late 2018. During his Sace, Sid demonstrated significant interest in cooking and working on the school farm. With support and training, he was able to work safely in the kitchen or agricultural background, and he undertook work placements at Top Range Vineyard in McLaren Vale and has now secured a full-time job at the vineyard. He's also achieved a Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award. Please join me in congratulating Siddharth Selvakumaran. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation of the 2020 Governor of South Australia Commendations. Thank you, Your Excellency and Ms Danvers, for presenting these awards. Please join with me again in congratulating all of the students who have received these prestigious awards. We now invite the Honourable Stephen Marshall, Premier of South Australia, to present the Tennyson Medal. Please welcome the Premier.
To His Excellency, the Honourable Hugh Van Lay, AC Governor of South Australia, Mrs Lan Lay, to all of our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Can I also begin by acknowledging tonight that we are meeting on the traditional lands of the Kaurna people and that we acknowledge their ongoing spiritual relationship with this precious land. And thank you, Uncle Mickey, for your wonderful and informative welcome to country. I'd like to see you with that boomerang a little bit later, see if you can get it operating. It's always a pleasure to hear your welcomes to country. And can I also thank His Excellency and Mrs Lay for having us here at Government House tonight for this very, very special occasion where we recognise so many great achievements in our state. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I had tingles up and down my spine as those citations were being read tonight in front of His Excellency, recognising the truly outstanding contributions that so many students have made from the class of 2020, a year like no other. It was an extraordinary year. It was an extraordinary year for South Australia. It was an extraordinary year for Australia and, of course, right around the world. And many places had to come to terms with living through a pandemic. Of course, our schools in particular had to come to terms with how to teach through a global pandemic. And I would like to echo the words of His Excellency when he acknowledged the great work of Jan Danvers and the members of the Sace Board in South Australia, and also Professor Martin Westwell and his outstanding team for pivoting and moving in a very, very difficult year. And whilst I'm congratulating the Sace Board and the team that organise the South Australian Certificate for Education, I would also like to very genuinely thank all of our principals, our outstanding teachers here in South Australia, and all of the students who made the very best of a very, very tough year. As His Excellency pointed out, many other students in many schools around other parts of the country or other parts of the world didn't get to school during 2020, or their subjects were very seriously affected by the coronavirus in their particular jurisdiction. I've got to take my hat off to our principals and our teachers in particular for moving extraordinarily quickly to adapt and to always put the education of our students uppermost in their mind. And in congratulating them, can I also acknowledge the great work of the Honourable John Gardner, the Minister for Education, Rick Purse, his Chief Executive, and everybody throughout the education sector here in this state for the outstanding job that they did keeping our students safe. I'm sure we will all be the beneficiaries of a full year of education in 2020 here in South Australia compared to so many other parts around the world. It's my great pleasure to be here tonight to present the Tennyson Medal for English and Literary Studies. The Sace Board acknowledges the top student in a range of subjects with prizes made possible through various bequests over the years. One of the oldest prizes is the Tennyson Medal, which has been awarded for more than 100 years here in South Australia. Lord Tennyson, the Governor of South Australia, established this prize back in 1900. The Tennyson Medal is awarded to the student who achieves the highest mark in English literary studies. The Tennyson Medal recognises and highlights how important language is in understanding and making sense of the world around us. It calls for reflection, critical thinking, and an ability to harness the power of the written word to convey themes and topics critical to our understanding of human nature. These skills are as important today as they were when the medal was first presented back in 1900. In fact, in the age of tweets, status updates, and a constant barrage of information from around the world available at the touch of a button, these skills may be more important than ever. That is why it is with great pleasure tonight that I announce that the winner of the Tennyson Medal for 2020 is Felix Richard Kimber. Thank you. Felix graduated from St Ignatius College, where he achieved 4 Sace subject merits in English Literary Studies, Ancient Studies, Modern History, and the Research Project. Congratulations, Felix.
Thank you, Premier. It's traditional at each year's merit ceremony to invite one student to speak on behalf of all of the Sace students who receive subject merits tonight and over the course of the next 2 days. This invitation is equally extended to male and female students from each of the Catholic, government and independent school sectors. This year we've invited Erhas Gill of Norwood Morialta School. Erhas hopes to study medicine at the University of Adelaide this year. Please welcome Erhas Gill to the podium.
Your Excellency, Premier, Minister, distinguished guests, school representatives, family and friends. I feel privileged to speak on behalf of the class of 2020, and I'm sure that my fellow graduates would agree when I say that it is an honour to attend today's ceremony. 2020 was a year like no other. With so many unfortunate events occurring all at once, it was a year that felt like several. Everyone here this evening did not let these obstacles stop them from achieving outstanding results and our hard work is being recognised at the 2021 Sace Merit Ceremony. Firstly, I want to acknowledge and reflect on the students who are particularly impacted by COVID-19. Students who completed their final year with their families quarantined away from home, whose families endured financial difficulties, or who personally knew people suffering from COVID. They all faced great challenges during their Year 12 journey and deserve recognition for excelling despite the circumstances. It brings me great joy to see the parents, guardians, and families who are here to share in the fruits of our hard work. Your presence is appreciated, and your constant support is what made it possible for us to be here. Words cannot cover the debt of gratitude we owe you. However, on behalf of the Year 12 cohort of 2020, I'd like to thank all of our loved ones for dedicating nothing but their utmost devotion for the past years of our schooling and the years to come. I would like to thank the teachers for challenging us to do our best and guiding us through 2020, despite being unable to teach us face-to-face for parts of last year. Our teachers went above and beyond, as they were always there to support our learning and encourage us to fulfill our potential. These awards are for you. The teachers and Sace Board deserve appreciation for proactively responding to COVID-19. Moving to and from online learning was a massive shift in teaching methods, but teachers and the Sace Board were flexible enough to ensure that the process was mostly straightforward. Thanks to their quick response, they ensured our learning still progressed and that its quality was maintained. Online learning was certainly an experience for us all. Online platforms such as Microsoft Teams did not cover all the learning needs of my digital technologies class, as we could not easily mentor stage ones as part of an assessment. By using an external platform and adding it to the curriculum, we overcame this obstacle as students could mentor each other outside of school hours. This was only made possible by the Sace Board's flexible curriculum and close collaboration with teachers, allowing us to excel despite our setbacks. This year was a test of our mettle, independence, and adaptability, but we did it. I hope the skills we have gained and displayed throughout the past 13 years of schooling will allow us all to succeed in our future endeavours. I would like to end this speech by quoting Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest that survives, it is the one that is the most adaptable to change. By excelling this year, we all proved that we could change to handle anything thrown our way, and our ability to thrive in spite of adversity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahas. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now begin the presentation of the recipients of 4 subject merits and 3 subject merits. To do this, I warmly welcome the Minister for Education, the Honourable John Gardner MP, to the microphone.
Distinguished guests, graduates and families, to Uncle Mickey, thank you for welcoming us to your land, and I know that everybody here respects the cultural importance and heritage of the Kaurna people and the relationship you have with this country. To His Excellency the Governor and Mrs. Lay, thank you for having us at your house. My parliamentary colleagues, Premier Stephen Marshall, Shadow Education Minister Blair Boyer and Nat Cook, and to others, system leaders, teachers, principals. It's a wonderful thing to be able to gather here, and I'm sure if we thought about this in April or May last year and wondered if this was likely to go ahead, there isn't a person here who wouldn't be filled with gratitude that we can do so. Last year was extraordinary, and it is no small thing that we're able to say that 15,100 students completed their Sace in the same proportion to previous years despite the challenges, that we have record numbers of Aboriginal students and students with a disability able to complete their Sace despite the extraordinary hurdles that had to be dealt with. To all of you who've contributed to your students, your schools, to South Australia being able to achieve those great things, Thank you. And it is an extraordinary thing. The Catholic system, the independent schools and the public schools around South Australia, 700 schools working together to put the achievements and the opportunities of our students first. To all of the parents and guardians and families who have worked hard not just through 2020, but for 13 years of schooling and 4 or 5 years before that. It is no small thing to be here. I know that this is a special day for you. Your kids have done well, but I tell you what, there wouldn't be one of you here that hasn't done an immense amount to help them achieve what they have achieved here today. And to the students and to the student leaders who have heard me say this before, I apologise, it bears repeating. JFK used to quote scripture often. He would say that from those to whom much is given, much is expected. And to each of the students, the graduates who is here, you have been given God-given talents. You've been given the education that would be cherished by so many millions of people around the world. You've been given love and support at home. You've been given teaching and schooling, teaching and learning opportunities like no other, and you've been able to do that in 2020, when despite the complexity and the challenges here in South Australia, we do know that you're in a prime position to be able to hit the ground running when you get to the next stage of your life. I'm so optimistic for our future here in South Australia because you have been given these opportunities and you've already demonstrated by the fact that you are here that you are grasping them. Don't let that go. Keep applying yourself because, as the Premier said, so many other jurisdictions around Australia and around the world, those young people in your positions have had a much more challenging year even to get to this point. So don't waste this wonderful opportunity that you have. Can I say, every single person here is so proud of you. We have the leaders of schooling systems. We have so many distinguished guests here, and they are here to honour your achievements thus far and to express by their being here their enthusiasm about what we are going to become in the future as you guys now take the reins of adulthood and, in the time to come, the leadership of our state. So well done on all you've achieved. I can't wait. And I know nobody here can wait to see the amazing things you're going to achieve in the years to come. It gives me great pleasure to particularly honour the students who have got 3 and 4 merit certificates, and we can't wait to see what you'll achieve. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. First, let me introduce the students who have achieved merits in 4 Sace subjects. Ladies and gentlemen, as I call the name, I'll ask you to reserve your applause until all of the students have been introduced. Minister, I'm pleased to introduce Declan Beard, with merits in chemistry, mathematical methods, physics, and specialist maths. Justin Chung has merits in chemistry, mathematical methods, physics, and specialist maths. Amanda Faisal was unable to join us today, but we invite back Felix Kimber. Felix got merits in Ancient Studies, English Literary Studies, Modern History, and Research Project B. Minister Sarah Lubitschik had merits in Biology, Chemistry, English, and Psychology. And Ewan Wallace had merits in English, mathematical methods, physics, and specialist maths. Please congratulate all of the students who received 4 subject merits. Minister, I'm pleased to introduce the students who have achieved merits in 3 Sace subjects. Again, I ask that you reserve your applause until the students have been introduced. Minister, I'm pleased to introduce Bridget Alvaro. Bridget has merits in Psychology, English, and Research Project B. Jenny Ahrens has merits in Ancient Studies, Biology, and English. Irina Bal has merits in Chemistry, Physics, and Specialist Maths. And Emanuela Baran has merits in French Continuous, Mathematical Methods and Research Project B. Christine Biju. Christine has merits in English, Health and Women's Studies. Minister Grace Builder has merits in English, Religion Studies and Women's Studies. And Holly Burns. Holly has merits in Physical Education, Psychology and Society and Culture. Emma Caporoso has merits in English, Music Performance Solo and Society and Culture. And Kia Deval has merits in Child Studies, English and Research Project B. Cooper Everett. Cooper has merits in Drama, English Literary Studies and Modern History. Minister Blake Favretto has merits in Chemistry, Essential Mathematics and Psychology. We welcome back Erhas Gill with merits in English, Mathematical Methods and Specialist Mathematics. Alana Helbig has merits in Biology, Chemistry and Research Project B. This is Isaac Zian. Isaac Zian Ho has merits in Chemistry, English and Mathematical Methods. And Phoebe Hunter. Phoebe has merits in Biology, Chemistry and Research Project B. Catherine Huo has merits in English as an additional language, Mathematical Methods and Physics. Minister, this is Roshan Kuram. Roshan has merits in Chemistry, English and Physics. And Teham Lim. Tehan has merits in English, Physics and Research Project B. This is Brendan Liu. Brendan has merits in Chemistry, Economics and English Literary Studies. Charles Morton with merits in Chemistry, English and Mathematical Methods. Mr. Danny Newen has merits in Accounting, Biology and Chemistry. And Harrison Rice with merits in Chemistry, English and Research Project B. Emily Roberts has merits in English, Research Project B and Society and Culture. Christy Sargi with merits in Business and Enterprise, English and Psychology. Talia Scipione has merits in General Mathematics, Physical Education and Research Project B. Minister, this is Savannah Lee Stevenson. Savannah Lee has merits in Chemistry, English and Research Project B. Brianna Terrington has merits in Biology, Chemistry and Mathematical Methods. And Joseph Tripodi has merits in Integrated Learning A, Physics and Specialist Mathematics. And Gina Wong has merits in Chemistry, English and Physics. Jonathan Wong was unable to join us today, but Mu Zheng has merit in biology, chemistry, and mathematical methods. Victoria Jung has merits in English, mathematical methods, and research project B. And Yifan Zhou has merits in chemistry, mathematical methods, and specialist mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate all of the students who have received 3 subject merits.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please all stand as we thank our invited guests and await their departure from the stage.
Thank you very much.
Could you all now please sit down again? Thank you. We're going to need to take a short break to reset this stage here for the presentation of all the students who've achieved 2 merits in the Sace. So just listen carefully. First of all, parents who are sitting here in the main tent, we ask that you now leave the main tent to your left so that you can go and join your children on the grounds of Government House. And perhaps if you would like to have some more photographs taken, it's a perfect opportunity to do so. Special guests, if you'd like to remain here, please remain seated in this tent, but we now ask all the parents in this tent to move and leave so that we can reset this tent. Guests sitting in the main tent, please remain seated as we now clean and reset for the next presentation before all of those in the other tent can move up into the main tent for the presentations. Thank you for your patience.
Who have to drug test his kids. I'm willing to do just that if that's what it takes to find out who brought a joint into this house.
Dad, Lucy found something too.
Dad, I found a joint in Mom's chest drawer.
Parents, if you are waiting for the merits for the 2 recipients, could I ask you to just stand, because we're actually not going to need to move some of your chairs so that we'll have enough seating in the main tent. Thank you for that. Good time to have a little stretch, and we'll just reset, and then you'll be able to move into the main tent proper. Thank you so much for your support. Parents, thank you so much for your support. Please come in now to the main tent and be seated for this very exciting award ceremony. Thank you very much, everyone. We are now ready to proceed with the ceremony, and it's my great pleasure once again to ask Professor Martin Westwell, Chief Executive of the Sace Board, to present to Ms Jane Danvers, the presiding member of the Sace Board, all of the recipients who have received 2 merits. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Ronan. I'm really pleased now to introduce the students who have achieved merit in 2 Sace subjects. To our audience, may I ask you that you please remain in your seats until all the merit recipients have been introduced, and please reserve your applause until the end as well. Ms Danvers, I'm pleased to introduce Christina Alvaro, with merits in essential mathematics and psychology. Eleanor Anderson. Eleanor has merits in biology and nutrition. Rosanna Barani has merits in biology and physical education. We're missing Zuba Banghu, who had merits in legal studies and modern history, but I'm pleased to introduce Harry Blight. Harry has merits in media studies and modern history. This is Lauren Boyan. Lauren has merits in general mathematics and research project B. We're missing 2 other students, Harry Boone and Katie Bowler, but this is Tessa Bodo with merits in Research Project B and Society and Culture. Jack Buenfeld has merits in English Literary Studies and Media Studies. This is Nadine Kalea. Nadine has merits in Society and Culture and Visual Arts Art. And Mia Carpinelli has merits in Child Studies and Religion Studies. And Penelope Casson. Penelope has merits in English and Research Project B. This is Viraj Chaga. Viraj has merits in Chemistry and General Mathematics. I'm pleased to introduce Lachlan Chalmers. Lachlan has merits in Research Project B and Specialist Mathematics. And Sunwoo Chang. Sunwoo has merits in Chemistry and Mathematical Methods. This is Wen Yu Chang. Wen has merits in Chinese Continuous and Mathematical Methods. This is Cassandra Cheeseman with merits in Child Studies and Religion Studies. And Ellie Chung has merits in Chemistry and Chinese. Ms Danvers, I'm pleased to introduce Jessica Chu. Jessica has merits in Biology and Mathematical Methods. Emily Chabinsky. Emily has merits in Biology and Chemistry. And Emily Cochrane has merits in Cross-Disciplinary Studies and Research Project B. And Gabriella Coelho with merits in Italian Continuous and Research Project B. This is Robin Coles. Robin has merits in Biology and Research Project B. And Harley Curthoys Davis. Harley has merits in chemistry and English. And Benjamin Cutter with merits in general mathematics and legal studies. And Matthew Dakil with merits in mathematical methods and research project B. And this is Ashley Dorr. Ashley has merits in English and integrated learning A. And Angelique Dico with merits in music performance ensemble and music performance solo. Isabel Dolling has merits in general mathematics and research project B. Lachlan Edwards was unable to join us, but Abigail Elgar has merits in English and nutrition. Rosie Evernet has merits in design, technology and engineering, materials solutions, which is one subject, and outdoor education. And Haoyang Fan, has merits in English as an additional language and specialist mathematics. Yuki Fang couldn't join us, but Jordan Ferraro is here to collect his merits in English and physical education. And Jo Go is here to collect her merits in music explorations and music studies. Chloe Griffiths is celebrating her merits in drama and workplace practices. This is Meg Grover with her merits in child studies and general mathematics. And Lara Guglielmucci with merits in biology and research project B. Olivia Harker has merits in general mathematics and nutrition. And Adnan Hasnat is here to collect his merits in legal studies and physics. Olivia Hastings has merits in psychology and research project B. And Jessica Hawker with merits in biology and research project B. Alice Healy. Alice has merits in English literary studies and research project B. Aimee Henry has merits in biology and research project B. This is Thomas Hill with merits in integrated learning A and psychology. And Zoe Hood with merits in physical education and research project B. Blake Hoare has merits in chemistry and physics. And Lana Jarvis has merits in psychology and tourism. Lillian Keane is celebrating merits in child studies and English. And Eva Kemp with merits in food and hospitality and research project B. And Fabian Kaur with merits in business and enterprise, and also in design, technology and engineering, industry and entrepreneurial solutions. And we welcome Julie Kim with merits in English and Research Project B. Trinity King has merits in psychology and visual arts art. Lara Kirby has merits in business innovation and English. And Lucy Knight with merits in chemistry and physics. And Isabella Larabino with merits in religion studies and Research Project B. Ivy Larwood. Ivy has merits in Italian Continuers and Research Project B. And Dennis Lee. Dennis is here with his merits in English and Research Project B. And Yu Leong has merits in health and psychology. Ji Yi Lim with merits in English and Research Project B. And Connors Ling with merits in chemistry and physics. Kevin Ling with merits in chemistry and Research Project B. And Chloe McKenzie. Chloe has merits in mathematical methods and psychology. Sophie Melandris has merits in English and mathematical methods. Abby Mail has merits in business and enterprise and general mathematics. Rebecca Mangelson with merits in biology and general mathematics. And Mohammed Mangi, I've got it, with biology and English literary studies. Sorry, Mohammed. And Simone Marchison with merits in chemistry and English. Isabel Maslin and Charlotte Morville were unable to join us, but Sophie McCarthy's here. Sophie has merits in mathematical methods and physics. And Sophie McLaughlin. Sophie celebrating merits in biology and Research Project B. Sarthak Mehta is here with merits in English as an additional language and mathematical methods. And Trishna Menon with English, essential English and essential mathematics. Isabel Merritt has merits in biology and Research Project B. And Elizabeth Mills celebrating merits in English Literary Studies and Physics. And Jasmine Milton. Jasmine has merits in Music Performance Ensemble and Music Performance Solo. And Amelie Mobbs. Amelie has merits in English and Society and Culture. Ms. Danvers, this is Carla Moffa with merits in Integrated Learning A and Research Project B. And Raghab Muhammad with merits in Arabic Continuous and Essential English. And Ali Muhammadi with merits in Health and Religion Studies. And Daniel Mamesso has merits in Design, Technology and Engineering, Industry and Entrepreneurial Solutions and Research Project B. And Layla Reid. Layla is celebrating merits in English and General Mathematics. Ethan Murphy has merits in English and Physical Education. Mitchell Natt with merits in Economics and Research Project B. And Devni Navaratne with merits in Essential Mathematics and Integrated Learning A. And Thuan Nyo with merits in Physics and Visual Arts Art. And Anna Nguyen with merits in Chemistry and Mathematical Methods. And Otis Noble. Otis has merits in English Literary Studies and Geography. Isabel Norman has merits in Drama and Music Performance Solo. And Anthony O'Day. Anthony has merits in Research Project B and Specialist Maths. Josephine Ola. Josephine's with us to celebrate her merits in Biology and Nutrition. Amy O'Leary has merits in English and Research Project B. And Nikki Olzewski with merits in Child Studies and Religion Studies. This is Zachary Palzer. Zachary has merits in General Mathematics and Legal Studies. And Hriday Patel with merits in Biology and Mathematical Methods. Jade Pearson Mackenzie has merits in Biology and Psychology. And Tegan Pedler. Tegan has merits in both General Mathematics and Psychology. Rose Pigott is celebrating merits in English and Research Project B. And Georgia Potter has merits in Biology and Research Project B. And Olivia Pratt has merits in Psychology and Religion Studies. Sean Priestley has merits in Mathematical Methods and Physics. Shea Quadras can't be with us today, but Aaron Quick is here. Aaron is celebrating his merits in English Literary Studies and Research Project B. Willard Ravenscroft has merits in English and Modern History. Rihanna Rawat couldn't be with us today, but Abdullah Rizwan is here celebrating biology and chemistry merits. Paris Robinson's here. Paris has merits in business innovation and drama. And Talia Robinson. Talia is celebrating merits in chemistry and physics. Madeline Roos has merits in English and geography. And Laura Rositano has merits in English and physical education. Stammers, this is Jacinta Rossi. Jacinta has merits in Research Project B and Workplace Practices. And Kate Santosh Olakengel with merits in Biology and General Mathematics. And I hope I didn't mangle that too much, Kate. Henry Schultz with merit in Integrated Learning A and Research Project B. And Joshua Sharp has merits in Integrated Learning A and Physics. And Yuvraj Singh with merits in Accounting and General Mathematics. Sasha Slade celebrates her merits in Child Studies and English. Emma Smith has merits in General Mathematics and Music Explorations. Talisa Sung has merits in English Literary Studies and General Mathematics. Nathan Stafford is here with his merits in Dance and Music Performance Solo. Dominic Strangio is unable to join us today, but Caroline Swatchak is here with English and Psychology merits. Georgina Tager has merits in Health and Music Performance Solo. Aravian Thompson is unable to join us today, but Joelle Tirimako is here with merits in Design, Technology and Engineering, Material Solutions and General Mathematics. Samuel Tregenza has merits in Accounting and Economics. Carmen Zui is here to celebrate her merits in Design, Technology and Engineering, Industry and Entrepreneurial Solutions, and Research Project B. Isabella Walwork is here. She has merits in English and Physical Education. Charles Walsh has merits in Economics and English. Rylan Ward is unable to be with us. Chloe Webb has merits in English and Research Project B. Isabella Ware has merits in Biology and English. And Ethan White is celebrating merits in Creative Arts and Integrated Learning B. Luca White has merits in Religion Studies and Research Project A. And Mason Whitmore with merits in Design, Technology and Engineering, Robotic and Electronic Systems and Visual Arts Design. Catherine Wolfe is here celebrating her merits in Psychology and Scientific Studies. Alicia Wright. Alicia has merits in Legal Studies and Research Project B. Luming Yang is unable to join us. Myra Zaman has merits in English and Research Project B. Dylan Jung has merit in mathematical methods and specialist mathematics. And Junjae Zhang has merits in biology and mathematical methods. Please congratulate all of the students who have received 2 subject merits. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's ceremony and for helping to make this a very special occasion and a celebration for the young people who have achieved excellence in their Sace. Please do enjoy the grounds of Government House for photographs. Thank you for attending. Enjoy your evening.